Senator Hontiveros, should I say. I filed a criminal case against her for trying to, well, I should say, kidnap the witnesses. There were 3 young people who were supposed to have witnessed the killing of Kian de los Santos. My good friend, former BACC, no? Legal counsel or legal advisor, kasama ko rin, si Ferdy Topacio, was very emphatic about this. And he was saying that there's a pattern of this kind of behavior, no? Perpetuated by Senator Hontiveros in trying to bribe witnesses for her purposes, no?
When you say a pattern, Congressman Jing, ano yung pattern na yun? Back in 2019, there was also a witness, Bicoy,
Yes.
who later recanted and claimed he was manipulated by Senator Sonny Trillanes and Senator Risa Hontiveros. And then in 2021, you also have this Jaime Vegas who filed a complaint with the Ombudsman and alleged that Senator Risa bribed VJ Almira, who was a witness in the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee
Farmally,
hearing
I
on
think, yeah.
Farmally.
Well,
So-
as early as, well, I can only speak directly as far as my personal experience on Senator Hontiveros, should I say, attempt or she had done about, trying to make witnesses be her pawns in her fight against other politicians, other people. My personal experience is, as a matter of fact, I filed a criminal case against her for trying to, well, I should say, kidnap the witnesses. There were 3 young people who were supposed to have witnessed the killing of Kian de los Santos. Purposely to come up with, allegations against then President Duterte in his war on drugs. So I was then, together with Atty Topacio, we were, I was not with government at the time. I was legal advisor of Volunteer Against Crime and Corruption. And one instance was that the father of these 3 children, one 9, I think one is 13, 9, and I think 6.
So all minors.
All minors. The father, who was just got out from jail, and it seems that the mother was an OFW. So these children were part of the witnesses in the investigation concerning the Kian de los Santos murder, no? And right after the investigation, parang kinupkup ni Senator Risa itong mga bata. So yung tatay, the father, came to the BACC and she said that she needs help to locate her children or his children and try to find out who was the one keeping them. So Dante Jimenez then was the president and he told us, pare, tulungan nyo naman kami. And I was with Atty Topacio. So we helped the father and we requested the CIDG to be involved. There was a representative from CIDG then who went along with us. We were able to discover that the children were kept by Hontiveros in her office in the Senate because she took custody of them right after a hearing conducted in the Senate. So when we went there, we wanted to see face-to-face Hontiveros. A certain attorney Mendoza, or Karen or Kristen Mendoza, said that no, the senator is busy, but we don't have the children anymore. We have turned them over to Abad, David, Bishop David of Caloocan. So there was we discovered that there was a connivance between Hontiveros and David, because when we went to Caloocan, the children were there. But they did not want, David did not want to turn over the children. In fact, because the father was very overwhelmed in seeing the children, he stayed behind. Then they started manipulating the father. So that's the end of the story. They were able to convince the father not to. But
what did they convince the father to do?
Just to have the children stay put. Because our thinking then was they wanted to use the children against PRRD.
Were they able to do that?
They were not able to do that, I think, in the end. But we who were who were very concerned about this thing, we thought that we should file a case against Hontiveros for.
When did you file that case?
This happened in 2017, a long time ago.
Okay, and the allegation was for what offense?
It was kidnapping of minors under the revised penal code, and also obstruction of justice, because the PAO and the DOJ was looking for these children to be their witnesses, because at the time they wanted to be serious in persecuting the perpetrators of the murder of Kian.
So what are you saying here? That the children were taken so that they could not testify in that case of Kian?
Ang thinking namin, Karen, was that they'll try to mold the children to testify that the war on drugs is really not serious, but it is more of an EJK, extrajudicial.
But where are you getting that theory? That they were going to try to mold the children to testify against.
Because during
war
the
on
hearing, Hontiveros was already questioning the war on drugs. And it was timely that she needed people to testify that the war on drugs of President Duterte was not really to capture these drug traffickers and so on and so on, but rather it was more on a violation of human rights.
But since those children never got to testify against the war on drugs, does your theory still hold that they were kidnapped and then they attempted to manipulate
because
them?
they have continued. In fact, this has ripened into investigation. This team of Trillanes, De Lima, Hontiveros, and this certain father, a father from Ateneo. They were the ones who continued in, as Attorney Topacio said, that he was, privy to other, manipulation of witnesses to testify.
Sorry, who was privy to the other types of manipulation?
Attorney Topacio, he was a witness to, personal witness that Hontiveros was trying to manipulate a witness who turned around, who recanted their testimony.
Are you talking about yung back in 2021? Dun sa farm,
But there's really a pattern itong ginagawa ni Hontiveros, because as early as I think the impeachment of Chief Justice Corona, there was already a testimony during the course of Senator Miriam Santiago's, interpellation of the witnesses. There was one witness who revealed that when Senator Miriam says, where did you get all these documents, that you are using? And these are all hearsay. And the witness says, well, ma'am, it was turned over to us by Senator, he was not yet a senator at the time, by Mrs. Hontiveros. So, if you look at all of these things, there seems to be the attitude of, trying to subvert the truth by using witnesses who are perjured.
Well, since you're talking about there seems to be a pattern, what was your reaction when alias Rene came out recanting his prior testimony?
Well, to my mind, it's just one of those things. But she always got away with it because at the time I filed a case against her, it was then, I think, Ombudsman Conchita Morales. And of course, tao ni Noynoy yan eh. Hontiveros and Noynoy were like this. As early as during the time of GMA, we were in the opposition. We were together against GMA, and including former President Aquino, and they got very close. So I even suspect that her winning the senatorial candidacy was a manipulation of the COMELEC, upon the orders of President Aquino. That's why later on, I filed an impeachment case against Andres Bautista, and he was forced to resign instead of endorsing the Senate, endorsing to the Senate the impeachment articles. So these are all, interrelated. That's
so
why
right now you filed a complaint also against Senator Risa Hontiveros before the Office of the Ombudsman. What is the content of that complaint?
Well, there was another incident, by the way, because during the course of the hearing, Justice Secretary Vit Aguirre, because we're good friends, and we were trying to investigate, discuss certain possible cases against Hontiveros. We were texting. I didn't know that at the time that we were texting, Justice Aguirre was in the Senate answering queries, in the course of the hearing. I was texting him. A photographer, I think, maybe ordered by Hontiveros to take pictures of, a very powerful camera of our conversation. Then later on, she delivered a privileged speech that we were plotting against her. So that was one of the cases also I filed.
What case did you file?
Wiretapping.
Anti-wiretapping. Does that apply because it's an old law, anti-wiretapping? Normally, it's if you use a device to hear people's conversations. But would taking a picture of
it's part of it
conversation be part of it?
It does not say only conversation, but it's also say any data or if you secure a data unauthorized.
What about
using
Data
devices.
Privacy Act? Does that not apply?
Well, the more reason that we will file a case. But in that particular case, we will just file wiretapping.
So when you filed that anti-wiretapping case...
Sabay yun doon sinabay ko doon sa kidnapping of minor, obstruction of justice.
So this was back in 2017. Ano na nangyari doon sa dalawang case na
That's why
kidnapping
I felt bad because until now, I have not even received any response from the ombudsman. What happened to that case? Maybe it was manipulated because at that time it was Carpio Morales. Kakampi nila yon. Then later on,
But we had 6 years under President
yes,
Duterte. Bakit
and
walang nangyari?
that's why I said in my blog, and I addressed it to Ombudsman Martires, and I said, ito si Martires, sabi ko, he was already an associate justice, and he was eager to become ombudsman, but he's not doing anything about this case. So now, if he's listening to us, maybe I would again appeal to, in his dying days of his being an
term.
ombudsman.
Yeah,
Because,
patapos na ang term
baka
ni-
naman, in the light of all this, social media revelation about this Hontiveros doing all these things for so many years, then it's about time that a pending case should be, really
Finally acted upon.
acted upon.
Yeah.